My brothers and sisters in Christ, on the night he was betrayed, every time we celebrate Eucharist, we use those words. Every time we approach the moment when Christ did this, on the night he was betrayed. Matthew, Mark, and Luke carefully recount the ritual details of what Jesus did on the night he was betrayed. They tell us of bread and wine, blessing and breaking, giving thanks and sharing. But John, in recounting the events on the night he was betrayed, tells us nothing of bread and wine. Instead of telling us what Jesus did, John tells us what it means. And so, on the night he was betrayed, Jesus was aware of everything. He knew that the end was near. He knew not only Judas, Peter, Andrew, James, and Matthew would betray him. They all would abandon him. They would, by their actions, deny him. Jesus knew this was the hour. This was the time the work of redemption would happen. And Jesus would approach this hour with a heaviness of heart that he had never known. And at that moment, when most of us would abandon ourselves to anger and despair, when most of us would be unforgiving of the hurt and betrayal at hand, Jesus did the unthinkable. He bent down and, assuming the duty of the lowest of the enslaved people, he washed his disciples' feet. He poured out the water not only for service, but also for forgiveness. He cleansed and kissed their feet with the love of God that is so profound that it cuts through all our pettiness, prejudice, anger, hurts, and resentment. On this Holy Thursday, we are called to do two very simple acts. We are called to kneel before Christ in humble service to our brothers and sisters. We fail to grasp what Christ and the Eucharist are all about. On the night he was betrayed is tonight. Tonight begins our journey of faith from death to life. But it is Christ who marks the journey. Our journey begins in prayerful reverence before Christ, but must continue in service of one another, in washing each other's feet. God's love cleanses our world of hatred and prejudice, fear and resentment, and a coldness of heart that knows not the profound love that God showed us on this, the night he was betrayed. On Holy Thursday, Jesus established the sacrament of Holy Communion before his arrest and crucifixion. It also commemorates his institution of the priesthood. Today, we ask that God send us more priests and holy priests. Thank the Lord to those who already serve as priests in our diocese and worldwide. May our hearts be open to accepting and understanding the teachings of our Church about the priesthood, the Eucharist, and loving one another. I wish you all God's blessing and have a blessed Holy Week.